Good Tuesday evening. Welcome to BCP Live. I'm Joey McWilliams, and I am pleased to get to visit with you tonight or today, however the case may be. I know that we do have a good crowd that comes on and watches this show live. However, I know there are many of you that will watch this on a Wednesday morning, a Thursday morning, however the case may be, and I'm really glad that you are watching our broadcast. It's fun to get to bring this to you. For me, it's a privilege, and I always say that. I say I'm pleased, I'm privileged to get to be here and get a chance to visit with you, but that's just because I mean it. It is a privilege to get to do this, and I have fun. And, you know, it's one of those things, too, that Mrs. Patriot will tell you, I'm going to be talking anyway. So whether or not I have an audience, I'm still going to talk, and that's just the way it is. So that's all right. I'm glad that you're my audience, and quite frankly, Mrs. Patriot is too. So thanks for watching tonight. Penny, thank you for saying hi already. I appreciate that. It's always good to get to see you come on and watch the show. I appreciate your support very much. Thank you for being here tonight. Now that all of that has been said, there's somebody that is on with me tonight, and she hang on, Janet. Dottie's on time tonight. Dottie is on time tonight. Dottie. So I know that is that's a celebratory moment. So we need to stop and recognize that before we went any further. Okay, now that that's been done, I kind of blew my great introduction to Janet Reed, but I'll do it anyway. Janet Reed is on BCP Live tonight with me, and she is the executive director of the Durant Area Chamber of Commerce, and just a very good person. Janet, I've gotten to know you better in the last couple of years. I knew you before, but in the last 2 or 3 years, in getting to go to Coffee Network and then getting to do Masked Singer and just being a part of the chamber now, lots of other things that have allowed me the opportunity to get to meet you and visit with you and see you do the things that you do in your work. You are a great person, and I really appreciate getting to know you. So thank you for coming on the show with me.
Thank you for having me, Joey, and what kind words. Thank you so much.
It's easy to say because I mean it. So that's one of those things. I don't have to lie about things like that. I really do mean it. Well, Janet, you do. It's always, you know, I always say, hey, listen, you got a lot going on. You have a lot going on. Every guest that comes on here has a lot going on. But my goodness, you have a lot going on, and you're overseeing so many things too. So right now, just snapshot Chamber of Commerce. If somebody came down there today and said, hi, Janet, what's happening? What would you say?
Oh, my goodness. First of all, I'd say go to our website, which is chamber.org. You can find everything that we're doing. And if you can't find it there, go to Discover Durant, which is our tourism arm, and you can find it on there. First of all, I want to say hi to Dottie and thank Dottie. Dottie has been the means of a lot of our being able to communicate some things that are happening in our community. We see it first on Dottie's Facebook post. Jennifer Brewer gives it to me. See, you thought this was all technology based. Jennifer Brewer gives it to me, and then it's on our calendar. So thank you, Dottie, very much for all you do for our community. And
I'll tell you what, that's cool.
She does a great job. But we do have, August is kicking off in a great style. We announced a brand new chamber manager today. Jennifer Taylor, who has been with the chamber since 2018, has been named to the position as a chamber manager. And we're very excited about that position and she being placed in it. Jen is already fairly entrenched in the chamber's activities on a day-to-day. As we know, she's been our membership person. We're working -1, so we're all doubling up on our duties. And as you said, Joey, we are a very busy chamber. But if you're not a busy chamber, you're not doing your job, is what I say. So with that being said, I'm going to roll out some of these dates for you. I started with Coffee Network. On Thursday, we have 2 ribbon cuttings, one at 10, one at 10:30. The Choctaw Nation will be opening their Sky Tower at 10 o'clock. And then at 10:30, we're going to jump over to Love's and help them cut the ribbon for their new store, which is located at 70 West in the Bypass at 10:30. LTA, the Lake Texoma Association, which I am a member of their board of directors. But as we all know, the lake is very important to Durant and the community. They will be having their main fundraising event, which will be the Bash for Cash, and that is actually being hosted at Tanglewood that evening. On August the 11th, we are very fortunate that we get to show appreciation to all of our Durant teachers, and we will be delivering, well, first of all, I can't let it go without mentioning our sponsors for this event, which are First United Bank and Mid-Continental Broadcasting. We will be delivering with the help of both of those entities and our board of directors. And yes, Joey, you will be getting a voluntold time to come and help us. So get ready for it. But we will be delivering 746 dozen donuts to their staff. And on August the 13th, I'm sorry, I'm losing my notes and trying to shift them back into side. On August the 13th, we're going to have Big Boy 4014, the historical steam engine, which will be in our community for display. Very, very short period of time. It'll be there from 12:30 until 12:45, and that is p.m. And it will be on West Cedar Street. This is one of the few things that's traveling through the United States. We are very fortunate that we get to be one of their stops. Go down, take photos, see what history, and thank the railroad, the Comanche Railroad, for bringing it to us.
I just want to point out, Mrs. Patriot, by the way, I have dropped the ball entirely on this one. Should have had this story online 4 weeks ago. Probably a little bit earlier than that. Mrs. Patriot knows about all this stuff. I didn't get the story online yet, and it's my fault. So I'm going to go ahead and say, hopefully by the end of this week, we'll have something on there and be able to promote that, because you're right. That's a big deal. That is a really big deal. And so I'm sorry.
And there was not a lot of pre-publicity for this.
No, but I should have done that.
You should have, Joey. Yeah, why did you not?
Because I didn't listen to Mrs. Patriot. That's why.
There again, if you will go to our website and our Facebook page, DurantChamberOfCommerce.org, you're going to find a lot more about what we have to offer in our community. So with that being said, then on August the 26th, we will have our first meeting for our leadership, Durant 2021-2022. Cannot believe.
Wow.
Yes.
My goodness.
And we have 25 applicants that will be in the class.
Is that the largest class?
It is. I've had one more class that was 24, and wow. I swore I'd never have another one that big again, but guess what? We did. So these were all very deserving applicants, and there was no way that I could see that this program would not benefit them, as well as being the beneficiary of their being part of the leadership program. It's a very elite group. And we are also kicking off a leadership alumni class, which we've only had one meeting, but there's more to come on that. We are in the very preliminary steps of organizing, getting everything out to the past leadership, and moving forward with that. But that evening at 5:30, beginning at 5:30, and that's August the 26th, we will be meeting at Shamrock Bank for a business after hours. And the main purpose of this is to introduce the new leadership class to our entire chamber membership and those in the community that just want to come by and say, hey, congratulations, glad you're part of this, good luck, and so forth. But there's more to come. There again, go to our website and you will be able to find all of this. And we're going to roll right on into September.
But wait, there's more.
There is more.
I know.
A lot more. Our fall concert series, which is, of course, sponsored by Discover Durant, will begin in September. And I'm sorry I did not write down the date. I'm sorry, Joey, but it is that we have 2 weeks in September, the last 2 weeks, and I believe that's September the 23rd. I'm not for sure, the 26th. It will be a Thursday evening. Everyone bring their lawn chairs out. Come join us. It will begin about 7 o'clock and go until 9 that evening. I am really excited. I cannot reveal the lineup just yet, but hopefully by the end of next week, we will have everything out and ready to roll that. So be prepared. It's totally free to the public. Going to be lots of other things that we are hoping. Well, I think maybe Main Street, Imagine to Rent, the Chamber have some things that they are planning to add to those festivities. Also, during October, now I know I'm skipping a little bit in September, but I'm going to go on into October due to the fact that I don't know if you're going to cut me off or not, Joey. So in October, we will continue the concert series on Thursday evenings. It will be in Market Square. In case of inclement weather, we will be moving to the Law Street Brewery. We will also be having Colton's Run, and our Southeastern Homecoming will be the month of October. So as you can see, I'm just taking you that far. I am not even going to let you in, not even just a tiny little bit on what's happening for our Christmas season this year.
I know a little bit about it.
It's going to be great.
Okay.
It's going to be a good thing. I'm working with Main Street right now. Sarah and I were together this afternoon visiting about some of the things that we hope that will happen. So just going to leave that as a teaser for you and let you know that we have many other events that will materialize during this time frame too. Also, during the month of August, we do not have firm dates on them. We will be having a town hall, I know, for Congressman Mullen and possibly a Zoom town hall with Senator Inhofe. I'm trying to get dates set for a town hall meeting with both our state senator and our representative, Senator Bullard, and of course, Representative Dustin Roberts. We will be letting dates on that, we hope, very soon as we get them confirmed. These are very important for our community. As they go into legislative session, it's not only to find out what they are filing bills on, but also to let them hear from their constituents about how we feel or what we feel about certain subjects. And, it's one of those things, and I know politicians don't like to hear it, but guess what? They do work for us. And if we don't let them know that, sometimes they forget that.
Yeah, sometimes they do. Now, I think we're very fortunate, Janet, because I think our politicians do remember that. I think the ones that we have here, they're pretty mindful of us, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate that too. And I do know that their schedules are a lot like someone that works for the Chamber of Commerce. It's never ending. You're on continual call, and we do appreciate everything that they do for us. Dustin will be terming out. This will be his last year. And he has given 12 years of his life to this community, and we do. We're appreciative of that.
Yeah, we really are. And I do. I personally appreciate them for that. Janet, one of the things too is and I didn't cut you off once. No. Well, I may have interrupted to add to, but I didn't shut off the mic or anything like that. So I thought you did really well. If with everything you said, and you skipped some of September, got a little bit into October, didn't even step in November yet. And if people look around and go, well, there's just nothing to do in Durant. What do you say to that?
I say, people, wake up, go to the calendars. There again, our website, Main Street, Imagine Durant, Discover Durant. All of these have a full list of things going on in our community. I wish I had time to begin to even tell about what Southeastern has coming up this year. They, of course, because of COVID, were literally shut down last year. And I'm just very excited as we go into the season, into the collegiate year, to see everything that they have coming up. I know, of course, that we have full blown football and all of the sports coming up, which we're very excited about. I know you are, Mr. Patriot.
That's
but
right.
with that being said, it's also very much a part of our community as well. We need to go out. We need to support these things. We need to be there. And again, if you can't find something on our calendar, go to their website. I'm sure it's filled with many things. Not only the theater department, but they bring in special guests throughout the season to put them in concert. We're very fortunate to have that university in our backyard, and let's take advantage of it. Let's do the things they're offering these to the public. Let's take advantage of it. Let's help them grow that university.
I agree. And seriously, I agree with you entirely on that. By the way, I said, Durant, some of the things you mentioned tonight, it is the entire county. It is not just Durant by itself. And it's one of the things I appreciate about the chamber too, because every time I say it, and I do my best to consciously say this, Durant Area Chamber of Commerce. It is, we don't say Bryan County Chamber of Commerce. It's actually beyond that. I mean, it really is there are folks south of the river that are in the Chamber of Commerce. There are folks from all around that are here. But I think, the things you talk about and the things you mentioned are for the entirety of Bryan County, with the things you were talking about, the new place there, the Choctaw facilities. You're going even to the west with the new Loves. I'm pointing west, at least where I am, with the new Loves that's there, and then you go a little further west to the lake. And you're right, the lake is very important to Bryan County. So lots and lots going on.
There is so many things happening. I don't want to go back, but I've got to mention the Choctaw Cultural Center, which was open only last week.
Yes.
And we're so excited to have that. It's a state of the art. We have the Simple Museum that will be opening up very soon, which I am so excited about. There's so many things in our community that I don't even think our community knows that we have. Go to Three Valleys Museum. Fantastic. I know the first time that I actually visited that museum, and it was before I took my present position as executive director, I had no idea the number of displays that they had and the history that you can learn when you are there. And Nancy Ferris does such a good job of the displays. She changes those out seasonally. Christmas is such a fun time at the museum. So please go by. I know that they certainly would love to accept donations. They're again another organization that has been hit very hard because of COVID. They're just now getting opened back up, and we're very excited that they are. As I mentioned earlier, Discover Teran is our tourism arm, and we definitely need things like that for people to come and see. Not only that, it also tells a lot about the history of Bryan County as well.
Yes, it does. And Mrs. Patriot is a real genealogy type person too. So she really appreciates that. She actually just hours ago was talking to me about Three Valleys. So we've had that conversation. I think there's a lot more that can be done. You're right though. And I'll say this, I'm about to bring on another guest here in just a moment, Janet, as our time is winding down. But I would say this, I think you're right on when you say the community doesn't know everything that's going on, but it's not a statement that is a derogatory statement or in any way negative. It is because there is so much now. Think of it this way: we've outgrown ourselves in travel. Okay, we need bigger roads, we need wider streets, we need things like that, infrastructure stuff. Not here to say anything negative. It's just we've grown a lot. Well, with that, I mean, you take that with all that's going on in the community. We've grown a lot, and there is a lot happening that not everybody knows about because it's tough to keep up with all of that. So I think there is a lot going on. And before I let you go, Janet, I'm going to go ahead and bring our next guest on because I like seeing three windows, and I just wanted to do that. Give you a chance to say hi to Karen.
Another one of our chamber members.
Yes, she is. Well, Janet, really quickly then, I'm very grateful for you and for all that you do. Thank you for what you do for our community. I appreciate you a lot. You're a blessing to me personally and to my family. And so for Mrs. Patriot and all of us here in this house, thank you for just being you and doing what you do, because you mean a lot, and you do mean a lot to the Durant area. So thank you. And thank you for being on tonight.
Well, I cannot sign off without saying I am only here as the director. This is your chamber of commerce.
That is true. It's not Janet's chamber. It's our chamber. So that's all right. We appreciate you. Dottie appreciates you too. Ronnie Walters says hi too. So I'll
tell Ronnie he needs to come back to Coffee Network.
He hadn't made too many coffee networks lately, has he? He needs to get off the schneid or whatever he has. Showing us pictures on Facebook and all that. My goodness. Anyway, all right. Well, I'll let you go, Janet.
Thank you so much for having me. And Teran, congratulations, I hear, are in order for you.
That is
thank
right.
you.
Signing off.
Well, we'll let Janet go, and we'll talk to Teran now. As Teran Martin on the show, let me really quickly, Teran, say thank you to a lot of the folks who are sponsors of the Bryan County Patriot as a whole, really quickly. And I want to give a shout out to the folks at Pro Image. Thank you very much to Daryl and Melissa, by the way, celebrating an anniversary, a very special anniversary. So a shout out to Daryl and Melissa, Pro Image, Castile's Tires, DW and Calera, Friends of the Library, the Holmes Coffee Murray Funeral Home, KTC, Kaimichi Tech, the Modern Abstract, and Shelburne Heating and Air, as well as Texoma Engraving, which is in its last week. And we'll talk more about that a later time, though. I do want to give a shout out to Susan and Kevin, who have Why We Care as well. And we'll talk more about that. Woodman Life, Texoma Taxes, Triple T Estates, and Express Employment Professionals, among other sponsors that help keep the Bryan County Patriot.com going and moving forward. Now to the on the window to the right of me, at least on your monitor, is someone that I appreciate. Nice business, great member of the chamber too, as Janet said just a moment ago. It is Teran Martin. And Teran, one of the cool things that I don't want to bury the lead, because I think this is a big part of the lead. Mrs. Oklahoma. There is a Mrs. Oklahoma pageant. Just in case you didn't know that, folks, there actually is one, a Mrs. America pageant. I believe it does go all the way up there. And Teran is going to be representing this area as Mrs. Durant. So congratulations.
Thank you. I am so excited to be able to step in and represent Durant in the Bryan County area in southeastern Oklahoma. So it's going to be a fun journey ahead. Coming up in the pageant next month.
That is so cool. I mean, and it's something, obviously Miss America, there are things that we get TV wise. Sometimes when I was growing up, the Miss America pageant just showed up on TV. I don't know. I know my mom really enjoyed watching that, and I thought that was cool, but all of a sudden it was there. These pageants come around and wow, I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know we were represented. I think it's so cool. And I know you're going to do a great job. When the contestants get up in a competition like this, often they'll have something that they're supporting, their platform, if you will. Do you have a platform?
Certainly. Sorry. I do. So as running as Mrs. Durant, my platform that I'm taking is going to be breastfeeding awareness. I felt like it's my passion. It really aligns with my purpose in life and helping to support mothers in their nursing journey. So I'm very excited about that. And, coming into the pageant, I'm stepping in pretty late into the game. I know a lot of these pageant runners have been preparing really since the beginning of the year. One of my good friends is running for Mrs. Texas as Mrs. The Woodlands, and she talked me into stepping up, and I'm like, okay, you know what? We don't have anybody in our area running. Let's go ahead and do this. So it's going to be a lot of fun stepping up and really getting to share about the my heart and my passion with the breastfeeding, which I don't know if you know this, August is Breastfeeding Awareness Month, which is to draw a lot of attention and support to the nursing moms out there. So I'm really excited to be able to step up and speak on this subject.
Well, it is interesting because I had heard this last week. I'd actually heard that was what this month was about. Now, as someone who is the father of 5 children, it was not ever something that I personally did. However, that was something that was in our family, and I know that's an important thing. So when you're talking about awareness, what do you mean by that in making people aware and how important something like that is? How do you make somebody aware?
Well, really, so breastfeeding in general, there is so much benefits to what a mom can provide for her baby through her breast milk. It is divinely created for each individual child. It helps to protect a child from common illnesses like obesity and diabetes, but it also can help a mom lower her risks of getting breast cancer. So there's a lot of health benefits to it too. But bringing into awareness also is the support environment. A lot of women that I've come across don't feel like they have the support at work, the support at home, don't have the encouragement to make the choice of, am I going to breastfeed or am I not? Hey, I gave it a try. I ran into these struggles. How can I work through this? You know what? I really feel like what's going to be best is to step back and do formula. Often moms who take that choice to step back from nursing, it can weigh on a mom individually, but also the community and the environment around them can be a negative persona. And that's the last thing we want. With new moms, there's a lot of hormonal impact that's happening, that being sensitive and in tune to helping to support them is going to help to encourage them to have the ability to make the choice of, I need to do what's best for, first of all, myself and my mental health and wellness, my child's mental health and wellness, and my family altogether. So if it's taking that step to step back or continue on and get help, that is what I'm here to help step in and speak on.
That is really cool. We're speaking with Teran Martin, by the way, who's going to be representing Durant as Mrs. Durant in the Mrs. Oklahoma contest. By the way, it is a challenge. I'm used to saying miss this and miss that. You are Mrs. And I know your husband, by the way, who has been on our program a number of times. I was talking about that with Brandon recently, that I think he either has the outright lead or is tied for the lead of most appearances on BCP Live. This is your second appearance, by the way, so you're going to try to creep up there with him in that. I know you're passionate about this, and this is something that is important to you. I want to give you the chance then to talk a little bit more, because my name, I'm Joey McWilliams. You've added to your name there, the Nussle owner and founder. What is that? Tell us about that.
Yes. So being that breastfeeding is so passionate for me, it really developed from my own journey. I had a lot of struggles. I had a lot of difficulties finding the support that I needed and working through that. So when I went through my struggles, I realized that there was a need in the market that was not filled. And really, I developed the product, the Nussle, which is a moist heat cold compression therapy. It's a non-ingestible breastfeeding aid that uses natural materials to help support the journey. And those things are unheard of outside of like taking a hot shower. And so I've taken the hot shower and I brought it out into the open so mom can get the benefits of that anywhere she is. So it's been a big step taking that business upon, and really excited on being able to help moms.
Well, that's really cool too. And I know this is a business that you have been working on for a while. I know it's been something that's been developing in the last months and years, and that you have that product, and the product actually is getting more recognition, not only locally, but nationally too.
Yes, it is. So we have traveled the country with some trade shows. Recently, we actually were in Cincinnati. We're coming up to a trade show in Dallas. We'll be in Florida in October. And two, we had some some big time magazines. I actually have one here, The Healthy Mom and Baby. We were featured in their magazine amongst a couple others I don't have on hand right now. And then we have some TV segments coming up and some really great like podcasts and getting to connect with other moms and businesses out there and sharing what the Nussle is all about. So,
all right. Well, you be sure to tell those folks in those other podcasts that one of the first places you got to be on was BCP Live. So let's make sure that please don't forget your roots when you be really big time. That is cool also because it's another business too. And let me pause there for just a moment. We're crossing the half-hour mark for those that are watching tonight. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this on the replay and you're still with us, man, thank you. God bless you for being here tonight. As we're speaking with Teran Martin, the owner and the founder of Nussle, and I know she just explained everything that does. I'm not even going to try to explain that like you did, but helping mothers with breastfeeding in that this is another local business too. This is another, not just product, but business itself that is originating here in Bryan County. And talk about what something like that means to you.
Oh my goodness, it is so impactful. Being able to help the women that I get to come across when I'm out and about it's beyond words. There have been encounters that I've been able to talk with some moms and they just share their testimonies with me on how the product helped, how the connections of my business have been able to help them, because we offer consultations with the product free of charge to really help envelop a good, healthy support system for mom. And, it brings me soaring. I absolutely love it. And just, that's where my heart is. I want to see moms succeed. And the business is an add-on bonus for me, but I get to help them. So.
Well, I've always felt like when you talk about this, and again, I can see it now, you're very passionate about this. It's something that is important to you. And, things we talk about here on BCP Live on a regular basis, go in the direction, of course, that God would have you to go and trying to follow that and do what is right. But when you're passionate about things, it just shows up. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate that in you. And I'm glad that you've stopped by with us tonight. And I wanted to go back and let's revisit something then. We mentioned at the outset that you are going to be representing Durant in the Mrs. Oklahoma Pageant. And talked about your platform. What all else goes into that? I mean, do you show a talent or do you? I'm thinking of Miss Congeniality all of a sudden. So now I'm trying to think of playing the little glasses full of water. I know that's way off the mark, but what do you do in that? What all else is involved?
Well, to be honest, what you just explained. Until I had gotten into this scene, that was a lot of how I pictured it. Movies tend to do that. But my understanding of what's coming up is really going to be weighted on a couple different scales of my interview, my platform, and how I'm participating in sharing that. And then they have a formal wear and another, I think it's a swimsuit wear or something like that. So it's really going to be like where, as women, we can show our poise and our posture and put our best foot forward in any situation. So it's going to be fun.
Well, I know that's going to be fun. When is this, by the way? Where's it going to take place and when is it?
It's going to be in Texarkana because they are combining the Oklahoma and the Texas pageant into the same day. Or weekend.
Okay, I was just about to say that's not in Oklahoma.
Right.
How did this happen?
Right. So I guess last year they combined the two and it worked out well. This year they've decided to go ahead and do that again.
Okay.
So September 16th through 18th is going to be the dates of the competition.
All right. Well, we definitely here at BCP Live, we are following you and cheering you on. And we want to hear how everything turns out in this whole process. So you're going to have to stop back by and visit with us again. However, whatever the outcome, we want to know because we're going to be proud of you for representing us, and we know it's going to be representing well. So, Teran, thank you so much for stopping by tonight, telling us about it. Really quickly, before we wrap this time up, how do people get your product if they are looking to get in touch with you for this product? I know Brandon put a link up over on the side, and I'm not sure exactly what the link is for. So help me know, Brandon, if you're somewhere out there, what is that link for? But Teran, I'll give you a chance. Tell us how we find your product.
So to find the product, you can go to mamasmilkwrap.com. You'll find all of our offerings on there. For Breastfeeding Month, we have exclusive specials running to, again, help step in and help moms make this a little bit affordable, make it easier for them to access it. But we also have the product local in the Modern Tot, and then a couple other stores across the country. And then too,
and the Modern Tot, by the way, is hey, really quickly though, the Modern Tot, that is a Durant, that is a local establishment right here in Bryan County. So just wanted to let you know, if anyone didn't know, the Modern Tot, that's local. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It is a great little boutique. If you haven't been there, you need to step in and check it out for sure. Okay. So I wanted to pop in and say though too, if you're wanting to support Mrs. Durant, there is a page that you can go in and support and pretty much sign my face. So it'll be in an ad for the pageant, and it's putting your name, supporting a sponsorship there. And I can drop the link into the comments as well.
All right. So we would appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. And again, success to you. We want you to do well. We know you're going to represent us well here, and we look forward to hearing how that all turns out in some place that's not Oklahoma. So go figure. Show up in Texarkana and represent the state well in Texarkana. I think that's funny, but anyway,
amen.
I don't know why. I'm sorry. That's all right. I just I'm going to laugh about that. I'm going to laugh about that later, and I'm not even exactly sure why. That's all right. Live television here, or live broadcast here tonight. Teran Martin, thank you so much for being with us tonight, and follow the links there in the comments section. And yeah, I see one over in the comments right now. Brandon has a couple of links there, so go check them both out, and we'll follow up on that also in a subsequent episode of BCP Live. Teran, God bless you. You have kids that are going to be, are any of your kids ready to start school? Or are they going to be starting school soon?
Yep, our oldest is starting pre-K next week.
That is,
I know.
Congratulations. That is so cool.
Thank you.
And then blink.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Well, I completely understand. And I'm just going to say blink and he'll be in 6th grade. So you just have to enjoy it and watch them grow. And I will tell you this, as I've said here a number of times on this broadcast, Mrs. Patriot and I, from the word go, never said, and we purposed in our hearts, we would never say, I can't wait until, because that time will come and then it'll be gone. And so we do our best to enjoy it all along the way. And right now we have 3 in high school, and we never said I can't wait until, for good reason. So we're just going to enjoy this for the next couple of years and see it there. But that's really cool. I'm happy for you. Enjoy it, the both of you all. So, all right. Well, God bless you, Teran. Thank you again. Hi to Brandon. I appreciate him as well. And we'll see you soon. We want to check back in with you after September the 16th through the 18th. All right.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate you having me on.
Anytime. You are welcome to be on here. That is Teran Martin, who is Mrs. Durant now, and she is going to be representing as Mrs. Durant at the Mrs. Oklahoma Pageant, which is coming up in September in Texarkana. I don't know why that strikes me as so funny. It shouldn't. It's just a place. But for whatever reason, anyway, I don't know. I go to Texarkana. Did you know that I broadcast sports? Sorry, I broadcast sports. I actually, and it didn't happen this past year because of the disease or the virus which shall not be named. It didn't happen last year, but I go to Texarkana once a year because I have been on the broadcast actually since the inception of the Live United Bowl, and that is in Texarkana every year. So I make the 3-hour trip down across 82 and on down on in to hit I-30 and make it down to Texarkana. So it's not that far a trip. It's really not that bad. to do that. All right. We are going to wrap things up here. I hope that everybody learned something tonight. If you didn't know about all that was going on in our community, you can go to the Chamber of Commerce website, which, by the way, is durantchamber.org. durantchamber.org. I will also give a shout out, by the way, to Jennifer Taylor, who is the new manager for the Durant Area Chamber of Commerce. And Jennifer is, she's been a friend of mine for a long, long time, and I appreciate her, and actually visited with her a little bit today. She is just starting. She's doing a great job already, and she will continue to do a good job. So please support her in her position there as the manager. Dottie, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'll put the little... put that up there so you can see the little orange and black hearts. I like the little orange and black hearts. They're incredibly cool. So thank you very much, Dottie. I appreciate that. All right. And you know what, Crystal, I see that name, and that brings something to my attention. So I will go ahead and do this. We've already talked about the fact that Dustin was going to be terming out. So let me see what I can find. Give me just a second. I know this is, live streaming, so I'm going to try to find something here really quickly and see if I can bring it up so that you can see it. And yeah, all right, there we go. Is it there? It is there. All right. This was announced today on the Bryan County Patriot. Cody is going to be running for state representative. There he is. Hi, Cody. Known Cody for a long time as well. Also, some of our time working at Victory Life overlapped. He was working in the accounting department then, doing a fine job. Conservative, and he is running for the Oklahoma State House of Representatives, District 21, covering parts of Bryan and Marshall County. So there we are. If you haven't seen this already, please check it out. It's at bryancountypatriot.com. Bryan County Patriot. Yeah, great guy there. Great guy right there. There he is. All right. And let's see. Sometimes it's tough to make that thing scroll up and down. Not only is he a great guy. Hey, listen, Crystal, I'll throw this one out there for you. Good looking guy, too. Really good looking guy. I like the red, white, and blue. I like the American flag, too, there on the pen. I think that is cool. All right. So that is that. I think we wrap up tonight. We ready to wrap up? Dottie's already said it's time, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up. I hope that you learned something. That's where I was headed. I hope you learned something tonight. Hope you learned something about a product. I hope you learned something about breastfeeding awareness. And that's an important thing. This is National Breastfeeding Awareness Month, maybe World Breastfeeding Awareness Month. I don't know. That's probably the most times I've used the word breastfeeding in any show ever. So there's that monumental occasion, I'm sure. But that's something that you need to know about, and the products there. And Teran, check out the website, which is in the comment section. Brandon put that up there in the comment section. You can find that below, mamasmilkwrap.com, and you can learn more about the product. Also, when Janet Reed on the broadcast tonight, and there is so much happening in this area, you really, in good conscience, and I mean this, in good conscience, you just can't say, well, nothing ever happens around here, because there is so much happening around here. And it's going on all the time. It's tough to keep up with it all. And so, check it out. Go to the Durant Chamber website, durantchamber.org. All right. I think I will wrap up now. The national media is at it again. And the national media, I think, really just got high on its own power during all of the shutdown periods, and that were lockdown periods in some parts of the country. We never locked down. We shut down. I don't want to see that happen again. And but I know that there is a lot of fear that is out there that is being thrown our direction, not just your direction, my direction, nationwide, worldwide, actually. But there's a lot of fear being thrown our direction. And I just want to tell you don't buy into it. Okay? There are 3 things you can do that can help make your life better. And I promise you that if you'll do those 3 things, it might happen overnight. I would almost say it happened instantaneously, but it may not. Sometimes you get so caught up in other ways that it may take a little while to get into it. It may not happen overnight, but it will happen. You do these 3 things. 1, you be wise. Okay. And there's a wisdom that you can walk in where you don't have to be afraid of things. You can have respect for things. And I think there's wisdom there. So you don't put yourself in a bad position. So 1, be wise. 2, walk in love. I heard somebody say today, I believe it was today, trying to get everything together. Oh, it was early this morning. I did a video interview with a gentleman from Nebraska, and he and his son started a project to be able to give to a local children's hospital in Omaha. And it had to do, and has to do, by the way, you can check this out at Midwest Sports Net, the YouTube channel. Please subscribe, Midwest Sports Net. You can check this out there. And it's talking about, giving $1 for every win or giving $1 for every touchdown you score, or things like this. Has to do with sports. But he was saying, he told his son, and he said, it doesn't cost you anything to love. And I thought, man, that is so good. And sometimes I think it does cost us something. Sometimes it takes a little bit to really love. But I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's worth it. And the more that you find yourself developing the habit of love, as opposed to anger, as opposed to vengeance, as opposed to hatred, as opposed to jealousy, as opposed to all these things. When you walk in love, which in and of itself entails forgiveness, when you walk in love, it makes a difference. So be wise, walk in love. And number 3, do not live in fear, no matter how much you hear from the national media. Sometimes you just have to turn it off. You just don't need to watch it anymore. Watch this show a little bit more often. I'm almost teasing. Anyway, but don't walk in fear. Don't live in fear. You can have respect for the virus which shall not be named. You can have respect for the flu. You can have respect for all the things that could cause you pain, suffering, and harm. You can have respect for those things and don't put yourself in a bad situation without being afraid. Don't live in fear. Do not live in fear. I challenge you. I dare you. I double dog dare you to not live in fear. So there we go. All right. Trying to wrap up. Dottie, if you're still listening, I promise I'm trying to wrap up, but that's what preachers do. So if you're still listening, I will, I'll wait to hear really quickly, and I'll read Teran. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and post this up here. Teran, in the comment section, if you wish to support me as Mrs. Durant, you can do so here, and she gives the link there. It's in the comment section. PayPal link, Teran Martin, $15 per signature. Thank you for all of your love and support. So I think it's really cool. So there we go. There we go. All right, check that out. And we'll wrap it up. Thank you again for watching tonight. Be wise. Walk in love. Do not live in fear. Thanks to Janet Reed. Thanks to Teran Martin. And thank you very much. If you are watching this live right now and you're still watching us, God bless you. That means a lot. If you are watching the replay, 48 plus minutes into this thing, and you are still watching the end, my goodness, you are a trooper. Thank you very much. I pray God bless you all. Now, you have a good night. We'll do this again next Tuesday night at 9, and I will see you then, back here then on BCP Live.